Tomorrow you will be honored in your last match at the Bernabu. How special will this match be? You've managed the team for over 350 games and won 15 titles, the most ever by a Real Madrid coach.
Every day here is inevitably special, especially since tomorrow will be my last match. When something ends, when a chapter and a journey come to a close, it brings up many emotions. That's what I've been feeling these days, a wave of emotions. But I'm not sad at all. On the contrary, I'm very happy because a beautiful and important stage of my life and career is coming to an end. I've tried to give my all for this club, and we've achieved our objectives. I leave very happy and satisfied, knowing that this day would eventually come. As I've said before, I want to thank everyone for the time I've spent here and all those who have worked with me. My players, everyone at the club, the president, and the board. I believe it's been a good run. I think we've all had a great time. We felt the affection of everyone and also had a lot of support. I'm also grateful for the opportunity to have coached such spectacular players. And in the end, I think everything turned out well. This long stage of my life is ending, and it's ending well and in harmony with everyone at the club. Now a new chapter begins, one I look forward to with great excitement and enthusiasm, just like when I arrived here the first time. And also when I returned the second time. This has been a successful period because we've really won a lot, but I also consider it a success that I've endured more than 700 press conferences with you. I count that as one more title. I'm just saying this to let you know that I've also enjoyed being here with you. But let me tell you, putting up with you 700 times hasn't been as easy as you think. Because you must admit some of your questions haven't exactly been very kind.
Do you know what the farewell tomorrow will be like? Or how would you like it to be?
The farewell will be how it has to be. I believe it will be a very beautiful farewell, but as I said, these are emotional days. I've spoken with many people, everyone I've worked with over this time. And I mean everyone because the working team here is huge. Aside from the players with whom I've had and still have a good relationship, we've been able to create a great work environment thanks to everyone's effort. I'm talking about everyone, from the cooks, those who made the carbonara every match day, to the people who cleaned my room. As I said, these are special days for me, but there's nothing really new. This has been a long stage. 4 years here is a long time, and I think we've all had a good time.
Tomorrow will be a unique day. You'll walk in and out of the stadium for the last time as Real Madrid's coach. Will you get emotional about it? We've never seen a tear from you in all these years, even after winning so many titles.
Yes, without a doubt, I'll be emotional about it. I have that kind of makeup. I get emotional quickly. My grandfather was like that, and so was my father. So yes, tomorrow will be a very emotional day, and I have no problem if I have to cry. I'm not afraid to show my tears. I won't hide them. Tomorrow will be a special day, and I'll be sharing it with Luka, who has been an incredible support for me during this stage at Real Madrid. He's a fantastic player and a legend in football. Sharing this farewell with him makes it even more special.
What advice would you give to the next Real Madrid coaches?
I don't really want to give advice to anyone because everyone has their own footballing philosophy. The only thing I can say is that it's a blessing to coach Real Madrid. It has been for those before me, and it will be for those who come after me. Xavi will be the first, and I wish him all the luck in the world because I personally believe he has the qualities to coach this club and this team well. So I hope he enjoys it.
We know it won't be easy to pick just one, but what has been your best night at the Bernabu in these 6 years?
There are many, really many. It's hard to pick one night, one afternoon, one match here. It's truly difficult. Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind are the comebacks, because there's something that's beyond explanation. So I'll go with that. But of course, I also remember all the finals, all the titles we've won. But the comeback nights against Paris Saint-Germain, against Manchester City, against Chelsea, those will be unforgettable forever.
In the next 48 hours, you'll stop being the coach of the biggest club in the world, and you'll become the coach of the Brazilian national team, the greatest national team in the world. How do you feel about that? How do you handle the emotions of feeling the love from Real Madrid fans and now also from the Brazilian fans? By the way, thank you for everything over these years, Mr.
These are very beautiful, very nice, and pleasant emotions. Clearly, I'm very happy and relieved not to be leaving Real Madrid for another club, which could feel like a betrayal. Instead, I'm going to the Brazilian national team. The national team with the richest history in the world, with 5 World Cup titles. Of course, I love everything about it. I'm thrilled, and it's a new challenge I'm excited about. I'm grateful to have the chance to prepare this team to compete in the World Cup. These are very special moments, for sure. It's all incredibly emotional, really.
How would you like Real Madrid fans to remember you?
Well, as their coach, I think time will tell. Right now, as I say goodbye to the club, I see a lot of affection towards me. Obviously, that brings me a lot of joy, so I feel happy.
As a Madridista, and looking ahead to when you're no longer working as a coach in the future, would you like to return to Real Madrid in another role, other than as a coach?
You're asking me something I can't know about. As I've said before, my relationship with Real Madrid will last forever. And I'll repeat what I've said before, I had no desire or intention to coach another club that wasn't Real Madrid. But I don't know the future. I want to do things well in the future, but my immediate future is with Brazil, and I want to do things well there.
You recently mentioned the 700 press conferences, so I want to ask,
how many mean questions have you asked me?
you'd have to tell me that. Which is more difficult, being Real Madrid's coach or dealing with the press conferences as the public face of the club?
Neither is particularly difficult. Every coach has many responsibilities. Obviously, Real Madrid is a demanding club, but it should be a demanding club. Real Madrid has a history that doesn't allow it to do things any other way. So high standards are essential for success, and that's the reason for the success this club has had throughout history, and especially in recent decades. That demand is the key to success.
You first came to this club in 2013, and now you're stepping away in 2025. How have you changed in your way of seeing football and managing a locker room over the years?
Well, football has changed over the past 10 years just as it has changed over the last 20. I was doing some math the other day. I won my first Champions League in 2003 with Milan, and the last one was in 2024. So if I hadn't been able to adapt to the changes in football, I wouldn't have been able to win another Champions League 21 years later. In this last period, I've been helped a lot by a young, enthusiastic technical team eager to learn. That's what has allowed me to keep up with the changing times, because football has changed and will keep changing. Today's football is much more analytical than it used to be.
During this season, the only two players who didn't get injured were Arda Güler and Luka Modrić, who, as you said, will share your farewell. What should the club do to avoid so many injuries?
What needs to change in the team? I don't know, and I don't want to talk about that topic. As I've said, this club has all the resources to be competitive next season with the new coach and possibly with new players, because that's Real Madrid's objective. As I've said before, Luka has been a great example for everyone, and I can say a lot about him. I think for a coach, it's ideal to have players like Luka Modrić, because Luka Modrić is a player with tremendous quality, but there are already many players with quality in modern football. What I can tell you is that Luka Modrić has something different. He combines quality with soul. That's what has allowed him to have an extraordinary career and win many titles. He's a Real Madrid legend because he's been able to combine quality with soul. When you manage to combine those two things, you become a legend. If not, then you're just a regular player.
Has there been any decision over these 6 years that still keeps you up at night?
No. No. Me parece.
I certainly know I've made mistakes, many of them. But because I made so many, I can't tell you which one has affected me the most. But right now, nothing has kept me awake in that sense.
Tomorrow, you say goodbye to Real Madrid along with Luka Modrić. Wouldn't you say this marks the end of an era for the club? Do you understand that some fans may feel a bit orphaned, as if their parents were leaving? You're the two men with the most titles in the club's history, you as coach and Modrić as player. What does the future of Real Madrid look like?
It's true, you could say this marks the end of a golden generation, a fantastic generation, and Luka Modrić is the last of them. But we still have Carvajal. As I've said, this is the end of a generational cycle. But it's not that the club has to now build a new generation. There are already players who've been here for a while, like Camavinga, Vinicius, and Rodrigo. So a new era of players begins. If you ask me whether Madridistas should be worried, I'll tell you, no, they have nothing to worry about. This is a club that demands and expects the best. This is a club that will always operate at the highest level. Real Madrid continues. Now, Luka Modric's career at Real Madrid is ending, and mine too, just like Toni Kroos's did. I can also mention the careers of Casemiro, Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, Sergio Ramos, and Iker Casillas, and still Real Madrid remains the best club in the world.
Muchas gracias.